Hi guys, this is Ahmed Masoud from MStack 360, and today I want to show you our CRM that is fully built inside Microsoft SharePoint Online. You might see in the background the fancy dashboard that we have built and the screen that you can see here. This is a copy of our SharePoint app called Étoile 360. Étoile is a star in French, by the way. So allow me to share with you more details about this app and how we built them. Basically, if I pressed on the keyboard on Shift and D, I switch the mode, dark and light mode, and Shift and S is giving us is toggling off the full screen mode, because you can for sure customize all the details. And as you see, it's inside my SharePoint site here. This is my company SharePoint URL. And this is a normal page inside the SharePoint URL, and here is the solution. When I click on Shift and S, it's toggling the full-time mode here, so I can do it. You have a lot of controls, you have a lot of functions, you have a lot of colors and features that you can completely build. The way you have built this is using something called SharePoint Framework. It's completely customized, built inside SharePoint. And the database of such solution is SharePoint lists. As you see here, I have about 20 lists that are combined together to build this application. I'm using it for my own internal processes. I've just taken a copy for you guys to present it to you. As we see here, we have started with a fancy dashboard that is interactive with you, that shows from where these things come and what those data are representing. You can for sure customize it and add and remove from it what you think you don't need it, and you can pin and unpin items that you don't need at all. And going to the leads screen, you can see the leads, manage your leads, chat with your team member about the leads. And even in my own CRM, I have built a separate @mention tab on the to-do screen. So you can review and see all your mentions, like here. You can review them and work on them. This is error I just got. By the way, guys, this system has very smart alerting system, so you don't have to go here and where. As I said, this is just a demo copy from my own company CRM. I have opened my own CRM to show you how the chat is working here, because it didn't work in the demo. So I can chat with my colleague that he has done the follow-up with the lead that we have. So this is the chat you can do with your team members. I'm going back to the CRM where I'm showing you the functions and feature of it. You can see here, this is a list view, table view. You can have a very high advanced features. It shows you also the pipeline and the value analyzed shortened dashboard. You can have here also a Kanban view that is completely customizable based on your needs. You can I don't need to see the one on lost or closed. I need to see where we are. So you can drag and drop items across the fields like this. So it's very nice. And the advantage it has is, I know people might like Planner UI, but Planner you cannot rely on it when it comes to integration with or other apps and services. And it's not as good as SharePoint lists as the database. So this is based on SharePoint lists. So you can build your own planner inside SharePoint based on SharePoint lists, and you can build a lot of automations on top of that. So this is an advantage of this view here. And it has also the same functionality like in the chat and options here in the left-hand side. You can email the client a template based on this. You can open an Outlook. You can email the person who's assigned to the ticket or to the lead, so you can send them a follow-up or a message regarding also to that lead. When it comes to managing the client, it has a lot of details, but you can see here in the list view, you can have also a board view based on the status of the client. If you clicked once at the client, it will give you a brief detail. If you click twice, it will show you the detailed preview of the client. Here we have tons of features and functions. You can for sure, as I said earlier, this is what my business needs. If you wanted less or you wanted to make the view cleaner, you can do it, but I need to see everything for my workflow. So here is an overview about the client. If I clicked on this email, it will open a mail to send to them an email for sure. This is dummy data, so I'm not going to send anything. You can review here the projects and take actions. This is wired with the leads screen, and project screen. So if we added a lead for this client, let's call it testing on call, and we assign it to Alex and creating a lead with such details, it's refreshing the data and saying this is in the pipeline. If I think this is in the pipeline. I think if I clicked here, yeah, I open the detailed preview of the lead so I can see more details about it. It took us out. Let's go. Oh, here is the lead. It took us to the lead screen. Let's go back to show you more details. You can see the projects and leads of the client. The finance is empty here. The timeline that is you log the details like what actions are taken. So the teams is using a centralized system and way to see what happened with that client in that way. So we use it usually for login actions. I contacted the client, I sent an invoice, the client is paid, the client didn't pay, etc. So we have a general idea about the client project. Inside each project, there is a separate chatting tab about the project itself, but this is a broader view of that thing. The documents here is the attachments and documents that is reading from SharePoint. This button should read from a SharePoint site template and create a folder for the client that is containing an internal folder for me and the operational team, and another one to be publicly shared with the support engineer and the client himself. The email should read the email integration with the client because this, guys, is built in within Microsoft system. It has a huge integration with Microsoft Graph API, so I can retrieve data from Graph API and do it. One of the projects also that I'm working on that to create dashboards using that connection with Graph API to visualize how your tenant is working. But this is another thing than this one. The calendar is having the same functionality as the email. It's reading the calendar entries that is related to that client. Can have here the edit pane, the mapping a lot of details about the client, their company, their location, their hourly rate, their communication method, etc., etc. I hope you like it so far. Allow me to give you a brief about who you are and what we do. At MStack 360, we do Microsoft solutions for businesses. We take them from nowhere to Microsoft. If they are on a server or Google Workspace, we migrate them safely and securely without any piece of data loss to Microsoft 365 environment. Then we onboard them, give them slight training about how to use the app and services. After that, we secure their Microsoft account based on their business need, and if they're dealing with sensitive data or a broad team, we secure them via Microsoft Intune and built-in company policies to manage the devices and the employee accounts and their own data. And for sure, we have a lot of people who subscribe to a monthly retainer where they pay us for 10 or 20 or 40 hours monthly as a replacement for a full-time IT person. We offer this service too. At the end of this journey, we enhance the business processes of the client by building for them automations, solutions, onboarding them to know how is SharePoint list is working only. If it's enough, it's going to be great. If it's not enough, we build on top of that some Power Automate solutions that are automating their tasks and approval and remindering systems. And if this is not enough and the client wanted to go to a higher level, we do solutions like this inside Power Apps or SharePoint. When we determine if you need a Power App or SharePoint, it really depends on the use case and the amount of data that we are dealing with and the number of integrations that we are dealing with. I can speak about this in another video. Sorry for taking much of your time, but I wanted to give you a brief about who we are and what we do. You can for sure skip that part if you want. Going back to our apps and now with the projects, you can see the projects have same view as this. You can here add tasks, milestones. This is the project, and you can here have assigned it also to a project manager. This thing I just added with the team yesterday to our CRM. It's creating a milestone. You have an ability to bulk create a milestone. Allow me to grab some data and show you how it works. Using any AI tool, I could copy this and give it along with the project plan to give me the exact structure data that will be translated later into a project phases and sub phases and assign it even to employee. You can for sure copy this to any AI tool as long as a project plan to translate it into the way you wanna your project will look like. Allow me to copy it now from one of the AI tools that I used. As you see here, it's giving me an alert next to the name because the way I designed that system with the AI is reading my own business users. So you can just here assign it to the right people. I want to show you the main concept. translated the project phases and sub phases in a nice way. I cannot create it now. Allow me to generate a lighter version to show you how this can be generated. Oh, we can go here and jump in there and remove this. So this will remove this to, yes, here is that. And then you hit generate or create, and it's automatically is going to generate and create the project phases and milestone and assign them to the team member with a deadline, all automatically. So once done, what I do is I meet my customer and tell them, oh, the project plan is ready. Then I jump with them in a schedule call, and then I hit expand. So I present to them how our project is looking like, the phases and the deadline, and who will be responsible for what, which shows a huge professionalism with the customer. You can have the Kanban view, timeline view, which is Gantt view. It works awesome as well here. The checklist items, so you can check mark the items are completed or check mark, or you can jump in here and check mark what you have done. So it shows professionalism. Should we stop here? Never. You can add a status PDF with detailed view or concise view and share with your customers where you are right now in the project, which is pretty brilliant and advanced. You download it, or you can send a status update via the email as well. I forgot something. I forgot showing you and presenting how the financial part is working. It's very smart here, an invoicing system that you can build here through the invoice builder and send and generate and create invoices and share with your customers through the client screen. This is also connected with the milestones and projects and phases. All is connected together in a very nice system. By the way, guys, I have built my main CRM. Allow me to give you a context about the functions this CRM is having. I joined more than 500 customers in free intro calls, plus my own CRM that I built 2 years ago. So throughout the time, I know now more details about the functions, features, and connections. Throughout the time, we know now how things are working, how things should be connected together, how to plan well, how to ask well, how to scope well before building anything. So this is not just something that's built in a day and night. It took us years to understand how businesses are working. So it might be fancy. By the way, it has a lot of dozens of features that I'm willing to speak about them separately and how things are working together and how smart is that, like this client score and more and more and more. But this is just more a friendly walk through the CRM. So the project's idea, you got it. There is a task screen. I have renamed it in my own CRM with to do to split between the milestones beneath the project and the task here. So it's to do that is for non-project tasks. So you delegated someone to do something, you might need to have a visibility and track what's done through the team members. The follow-up screen is one of the screens that I like. It's connected automatically with Microsoft 365. As you see here, it's checking if we have emailed those people. I use it mainly for 3 categories. For the projects in progress, to see when is the last time we emailed the client, to ensure that there is no dead air. Yeah, at least we have to follow up with the customers with long projects once weekly. And the other part is for the completed project. So if you have a completed project, I want to also rebuild the connection and revive it without bothering our customers. So we have to follow up once per month in such cases. I have added in my own CRM another tab here for the lost leads. So if there is a lost lead, we have to follow up with it to offer them services or to check whether they need any kind of support later. The screen is here is for the team member, where you can manage and see all your team members, their details, their rates, their skill sets, and more and more. The one is here is for the transaction, and it's really one of the most wonderful screens I have ever worked on. It manages and refines all related stuff regarding the finance management. So it can be a separate video alone. The last thing I want to show you is the audit log. That is saying who changed what in the system, to have a visibility and a nice auditing system that is showing you what's been done in your CRM. So those things I have worked on nicely, the monitoring and auditing, and also the error handling while building such solutions. is one of the key parts. This video took longer than expected. Super sorry for it, but I hope it's useful. And as I said earlier, it's completely inside a SharePoint site. We have built many intranets and solutions for our customers, even small tiny web parts. A client is coming and saying, Microsoft is not allowing us to add a calendar, a shared calendar inside SharePoint, so we create for them separately. We create both simple, small web parts or even full pages, full systems, full intranets inside your SharePoint that is connected with your data. So this is GDPR and HIPAA compliant in case you are caring about your data security. This looks fancy and nice, and it's completely inside your SharePoint and can be added as well in your Microsoft Teams. I will leave my contact details below so you guys can book with me a 15-minute intro call if you are interested in any of our services, either migration, security, or business processes, automation, or building solutions like this. And thanks for watching and have a great day. Take care.